The Rural Plant Code of Practice 2024 provides practical guidance for managing health and safety risks associated with rural plant in Queensland. The important idea is a connected system. The plant, the work, the people and the controls are considered together. This video stays at that approved guidance level. It does not turn a generic animation into instructions for any machine, site or task. Rural plant includes machinery and equipment such as tractors, quad bikes, mobile plant, forklifts, harvesters, irrigation equipment, augers, conveyors, earth-moving equipment and implements. The examples on screen are abstract symbols only. They do not identify an actual machine, attachment, operating limit, safe configuration or equipment choice. The point is simply that rural plant covers many kinds of machinery and equipment. Consultation should involve workers in identifying rural plant risks and selecting and implementing control measures. When duty holders share the same health and safety matter, they should consult, cooperate and coordinate their activities. The network on screen represents that exchange. It is not a completed consultation record, training record, allocation of responsibility or evidence that consultation has occurred at a workplace. Managing rural plant risks involves identifying hazards, assessing risks, implementing the most effective reasonably practicable controls and reviewing those controls. The 4 stages belong together. A generic checklist or diagram can help explain the cycle, but it is not a workplace risk assessment and it does not prove that a control is suitable, implemented or effective for real work. Guarding is needed to control risks from moving parts, trapping points and material thrown from rural plant. That includes serious entanglement risks associated with power takeoff equipment. This video shows only an abstract separation boundary. It does not depict a compliant guard, specify a design, select a guard for a machine, or show anyone bypassing, removing or defeating a guard. Visual and pre-start inspections should be carried out before rural plant is used. The inspection symbols on screen are prompts within the approved claim, not an inspection method. They do not name machine-specific items, acceptance criteria, defect thresholds or an authorization to operate. A generic animation cannot confirm that real plant has been inspected or is ready for use. Servicing and maintenance should follow manufacturer requirements or competent person advice, and relevant records should be retained. The screen shows those 3 approved elements only: manufacturer requirements, competent person advice and retained records. It gives no service interval, maintenance step, adjustment method, repair instruction, competence determination or completed maintenance record. An effective isolation procedure identifies and isolates relevant energy sources, controls stored energy, and uses lockout, tagout and testing to prevent accidental movement or startup. The diagram is deliberately non-procedural. It does not show isolation points, a lockout sequence, a test method, a zero-energy decision or permission to work on plant. Those decisions must not be taken from this video. Isolated work and fatigue are common psychosocial hazards in rural work. They can increase incident risk when rural plant is operated. This is a work design and risk management issue, not an individual diagnosis. The respectful visual shows changing work conditions and support connections. It does not label a person, measure fatigue, diagnose anyone or imply that individual skill alone controls the risk. The approved guidance forms one connected picture. Involve workers and coordinate shared matters. Identify hazards and assess risks. Implement the most effective reasonably practicable controls and review them. Keep guarding relevant to the stated risk types. Carry out visual and pre-start inspections before use. Follow manufacturer requirements or competent person advice for servicing and maintenance, retain relevant records, and use an effective isolation procedure. A bypassed guard, improvised access, work on moving machinery or reliance on operator skill alone is not presented here as acceptable. A generic image cannot stand in for an actual guard, isolation plan, inspection, maintenance record, risk assessment, safe work method statement, training record or completed evidence. This video gives no site-specific machinery procedure, lockout sequence, guard design, service instruction or equipment selection advice. This is Queensland-specific approved guidance. Do not treat one jurisdiction's code or model material as binding law throughout Australia. Check current regulator material for the jurisdiction and work activity. Documents do not automatically complete operational duties. Implementation, consultation, training, controls, records and evidence remain necessary. The video adds no duties, dates, thresholds or license rules. It gives no guarantee of avoiding injury, exposure, enforcement action, audit findings or legal consequences. Get started free.